The Blue Badge Scheme is a national initiative to provide disabled and visually impaired people with parking concessions, making it easier to access shops, restaurants and public buildings. The permits are provided free or at reduced cost and allow eligible users to park in marked Blue Badge parking spaces locally and throughout England and Wales. Blue Badges are issued to people who meet the Department for Transport's criteria. Blue Badges are issued without further assessment to people who are more than 2 years old and are in receipt of the higher rate of the mobility component of the Disability Living Allowance for help with getting around, or are registered blind under Section 29 of the National Assistance Act 1948, or are in receipt of War Pensions Mobility Supplement. Blue Badges may be issued to other people subject to a further assessment.
Virtually every day Blue Badges in use. I use it for everyday living, when I go shopping or if I want to go into town. Basically, if I use a vehicle at all. I mean, I don't drive. My dad does the driving. I have a carer that comes in and we use the Blue Badge in her car when I go out with her. Well, it makes a massive difference, because what you're talking about is a parking space that's wide enough. When you've got a wheelchair, you obviously need to get the door open to its fullest extent so you can get a wheelchair down. Now, a lot of the normal parking spaces, the able-bodied use, they're just not wide enough. You know, so you can't do that. You wouldn't have a prayer on a normal car park most of the time.
Generally, the scheme only applies to on-street car parking and can be used in many locations locally and nationally. However, when used, it must be displayed with a time disc. For off-street car parking, badge holders must check the conditions of use of the car park and any concessions being offered, as there may be a charge. Also, disabled persons' badge holders may park on single or double yellow lines outside controlled hours without time limit, or during controlled hours for up to 3 hours with badge and clock displayed. Park on a disabled bay indefinitely, unless a time limit is shown. Park on street, at meters, pay and display, shared use bays, etc. without charge.
The Blue Badge Scheme is there to help people with genuine needs gain access to where they need to be with their vehicles. There are approximately 16,000 Blue Badge holders in Rotherham, genuine people with genuine needs. Every time a bay is misused by a person fraudulently using a blue badge, a genuine person is denied the opportunity for proper use of that bay in order for them to gain access to where they need to be. If they have to park in an ordinary bay, someone with a wheelchair is highly inconvenienced. It can cause them pain because the disabled bays are wider than the average bays. Blue badge fraud is serious. It's a criminal offence and you can be fined up to £1,000 if convicted. If somebody suspects or knows of a person who is fraudulently using a disabled person's blue badge, that can be reported online, anonymously, over the phone anonymously if you require, but we do encourage you to report it and we will act upon it. Rotherham Council has been granted Centre of Excellence status by the Department for Transport for the way in which it administers and enforces the Blue Badge Scheme. So we've been recognised as an authority who employs best practice and has been set aside as an example of how things should be done in terms of administration and enforcement of the scheme.
If you believe you are eligible for a blue badge or require further information, you can contact Assessment Direct. Visit your local council office, call 01709 822 330 or visit our website at www.rotherham.gov.uk.
It weren't a problem because you have to have certain documentation that you have to produce so that you can get the badge. I have a local office which is in distance. I have an electric wheelchair as well, which means I can go down to the local office when I need to do.
When you apply, you must take with you proof of identity, which may include birth certificate, medical card, driving licence, passport, marriage certificate. Proof of address, which may include utility bill, rent book or tenancy agreement, council tax bill, TV licence, payslip, prescription slip, benefit correspondence, visa bill, etc. 2 passport-sized photographs. The £2 administration fee. For more information about the eligibility criteria, you may wish to visit the Department for Transport website.
Without it, but I won't get to half the places that I can go to. You know, it's not about having a privilege as such, it's about that privilege being what it needs to be.
The Blue Badge scheme offers disabled and visually impaired people freedom to more easily access shops and services that would otherwise be out of reach.
It's just that, you know, I've got my independence now, and as I said, I do use it in different vehicles when I need to do, and without that I wouldn't be able to do what I do now. It makes a big difference, makes a real massive difference.